Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Mega Life 21 Live. I'm your host, James P. Madonna, and I am here with the return of my very special guest, celebrity performing artist, fashion designer, and the founder and president of Northern Lights tie-dye company, the one and only Paul Anthony Mantia. Paul, how are you doing this afternoon?
Oh, this is going to be a small discussion, but it's going to be a deep one.
Yes.
What took place at the Secret Art Fashion Show, and this was on November 16th. It took 30 days to set this show up. And it wasn't a fun 30 days, I'll tell you, bouncing around, being homeless. And, of course, that was caused by the Florida incident of the traumatizing breakup that, well, the compelling story comes out in TR magazine this month, actually, in a couple of days, hopefully.
Well, that'll be part 2 of the show.
Yes, of course. But, basically, to start this off, I'm not going to mention names because I just can't do that at this time. And I'm going to keep away from mentioning names, but I am going to explain the situation of what happened.
Well, you can hint. You can hint, but not mention names yet.
I have special names for these people that are thieves. So, well, let's begin it off. So, I had met this person online through somebody else, and she wasn't recommended to me, but I knew she had an older age, and I knew she was in her late 60s. And normally, we don't take models, for certain shows that are in their past late 60s because.
Oh, she's in her late 60s.
Yeah,
forget her. So
look in her late 60s. I mean, I'm not saying anything rude, but anyway, she loved all the clothing that I was putting out there. She never bought anything, whatever. I don't expect everybody to buy something, but she complimented on a certain dress, that I had made for one of my models, Crystal Porter. And I also made Beth a dress. I made both of them dresses, and I designed them. And basically, let's put it like this: I made those dresses for Randy Jones's birthday party, along with Randy's gifts. And I made them specially because I wanted sparkly sequin dresses where they stand out, and for other people to see that I can dye on sequin. Which, people know in the world that if you try to spray paint, airbrush, dye, or anything to sequin without printing it, even printing it, it peels off. But the minute you wet it, it washes right out. It doesn't matter what you do to it, So, because the shiny surface doesn't support any type of, layered paint or anything that's put on the top of it. But anyway, we're not going to get into that. So, I made those dresses as gifts for them, as I do with all my models that promote the company. And, they do certain things, and I select certain models for certain events, certain models for certain things like celebrity bashes that are going on. You have to be selective when it comes time to that. You got to make sure that the model's got the brains, that she's going to be able to present your company and present herself well in front of people, And it's all about how you represent yourself, because that later on in life is always going to catch up to you,
Well, you have important people at these events, and it's the model's responsibility as their profession to look impeccable, to look well in all ways, and to carry themselves and to be able.
Well, you know how this company runs for 6 years now. I've never discriminated anybody. I've actually taken models off the street, who are homeless, and made them into models, which a story will be coming out in 2018 of one of the models that I've done this for, and she's still going, and she's in Cali right now, but
I hope you scrubbed them down.
Another segment show, but let's get to the point of what happened.
I hope you disinfected them, sprayed them down with Lysol, and washed them down really good before the show.
Well, everything's good. So let's get to the base of what happened here. So basically, after she complimented on this dress, she knew about this dress, this person that's the thief. She knew the dress was the sparkly dress that Crystal wore in all the shows we did. We did the commercial with that dress. We did Randy's party with that dress. That dress was put in the New York Times. You know, that dress was put all over line. Everybody knew about that beautiful sequin dress. There was major compliments on that dress, okay? There's no way you can miss or say, oh, that's not the same dress, okay? But we're gonna let's get to the show day now. So the show day, we brought in all the garments, okay? They were in suitcases, you know, and there was 2 suitcases, and there was, you know, clothing on the hangers that we couldn't fit in the cases. All the dresses had plastic over them, okay? The expensive dresses that the models had purchased, right? I give them an affordable price. I don't charge them $300 to $500 what these dresses are worth, okay? I charge them $35, $40 because that helps me to support the show. It helps me to make the show better, you know, so that this way they have the media in front of them. You know what I mean? It gives me that time and money and energy in order to make everything correct for the show. So we brought the dresses in, okay, on the racks, and nobody was really downstairs in the basement area at the time. And I'm going to be honest, you know, the venue, I don't have the greatest recommendation for them. I give them a 0 star. When I get to a venue, I expect the basement floor to be ready and not having 25 people sitting there eating dinner. You know, the employees in boxes spread out all over the damn place, you know, where you can't even move around. This is the area my models are supposed to get dressed and have privacy, okay? Right. And there's supposed to be a security guard downstairs at the bottom of the stairs, which there wasn't, to protect the female models from the male models coming downstairs and seeing them naked. You know, that's how I run my shows. I don't allow it. So that means
professionalism, right?
You know, well, the dresses were down there, and nobody else was down there just yet. And this person, she did arrive first. She was one of the first people to arrive because I remember her and somebody else pulling up in the car going, oh, I can't find parking. And I directed them to parking. Okay? They came in. I greeted everybody as they walked in. I explained to them where they need to go. You know, for now, you got to go to the VIP section because the basement, unfortunately, is not ready yet because the staff failed to have it ready when the doors opened, as I requested, okay? Now, during that period, all the dresses and the shirts that I made for the models to wear on the runway, which they were going to take home that night, they all had plastic around them, as I always do. They also had their names on them so that I know which model is sized for that particular item, okay? Not even item, that wearable art that I make, okay? Out of my heart. Along with a number at the bottom of the dress so that this way, when the models walk in the product down the runway, if a buyer likes that outfit, you're seeing 40, 50 outfits coming out. That's a lot to digest. They don't always remember which one they liked.
Okay.
So you put a number on it. And this way they check off the number on their sheets that somehow they were never provided, which was at the front door. I don't know how they didn't get the sheets with the inventory list on them and the pricing. That was for the buyer's market. Somehow those disappeared somewhere. Okay, nobody has a clue of where the fuck they went. Excuse my French, but I'm pissed. I have a right to be. Okay, so nobody knows where those lists went. They just, nobody had them. Nobody knows nothing. I'm thinking, personally, another designer grabbed those lists and put her in her suitcase because designers like to steal things like that so that this way they have a template. Oh, that's how he does it, you know? Whatever.
So it's like the entertainment industry in Hollywood. It can be a very cutthroat, backstabbing type of business. People can be.
No, you know what it is? It depends on who you surround yourself around. Okay, I had to get rid of a lot of people in my business over the last 6 months. Okay, and I'm still getting rid of people because I can now. I've learned so much in this industry that when I sit down and I talk to somebody eye to eye, I can automatically tell within those few minutes whether they're going to fuck me or they're going to be beneficial to myself as well as them and representing themselves in the proper way out there.
Well, body language is very important. If somebody, if most normal people that are up to no good will have trouble maintaining and making eye contact with you, they'll be looking in different directions. Now, some sociopaths can look you straight in the eye and lie to you, You know, like a big, like a high level,
I know, they're good, and it's a great
or a car dealer.
Those type of people I love to hire as actors and actresses. Okay, but let's get to the point now. So,
oh, no, we have plenty of time for the point. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
you know, but I do want to get to it so that people can. I don't want to feed them on. You know what I mean? So let's just get to that, and then we can continue our convo.
Okay.
So bringing up this model, you know, here I give her my heart, and I say, okay, you know, I know your age is up there. I'm gonna have a, you know, there's gonna be a lingerie show. You know, I didn't really know the designer. I don't want to talk about her. I don't care about her. Honestly, I have nothing to say. You know, whatever. But getting to the point is, you know, I give my heart out to these people, and they don't understand the cost behind this show. They think, oh, it's not coming out of your pocket. Really? So I guess my time is worthless, so that's not coming out of my pocket. The time it takes me to design those outfits for you that are paying your measly $35 that you didn't even pay, you know, the fee for the shoes that she wanted, you know? So, I mean, $35, who gets a dress that's silk with my designs on it that I put my heart into with nice leather boots, okay, that are worth $650 by themselves, leather, all right? With my design on them, I priced them at $2,000, all right? That's what my work is worth. That's what I believe for that design on the boot, maybe even more. But you can't be appreciative of what I made you. Oh, I don't like this, really? But everybody else liked it. You don't like it. Let me explain one thing. This was planned from day one. We're going to rewind. When somebody comes into a venue with an empty suitcase, that's a red flag. I did not know her suitcase was empty. A lot of models come in with suitcases because they have their things in there, okay? Normally, I got somebody at the door searching their suitcases, all right? The show was set up in 30 days to have as many people as I had there to pack that house the way I did. And my partners who also helped out, Roman C. Slick, you know, there was John McMullen there that helped out, you know. And they played a huge part in this, you know. A lot of people played a huge part in it. You know, there was the model Beth Crystal helped out here and there, you know, with certain things that we needed done. I mean, you know, everybody helped out and played a part to set up the show. But I was homeless during this, bouncing around, okay, so I can get things done. I had to be in the Bronx. I had to be at this meeting. I had to be at that meeting, okay? Now imagine being homeless and living out of a fucking car, all right? But in the meantime, you got a woman who's going to model for you, but in the meantime, she's planning how she's going to rob you blind, okay?
Right. And this is the same woman that supposedly has a saved...
No, not supposedly.
Or mink coat.
It's not supposedly, okay? She's got it. But we're going to get to this now. So there was a period of time where all the models were upstairs and all the clothing was downstairs. Now, I did have a couple of, you know, people helping me out, which, you know, I'm going to give him props. You know, T-Bone definitely helped us out. Tom, you know, he was a great help. He helped coordinate with the models, you know. He did his best to, you know, see who was supposed to wear what, but being that the clothing that had the plastic around it with the names on it, that was gone already. And those dresses were already gone, but we did not know because, you know, I had over, I don't know, I probably had 200 pieces there all together, okay? There was still stuff in the suitcase. I didn't have enough hangers. I gave somebody $50 cash or whatever, I think $40 cash to go and buy hangers for me. He helped out. I forget his name, you know, my apologies, but he was down there with Tom, and he was helping him out, you know, to handle the clothing and everything. You know, once again, T-Bone did a great job for us. You know, I have to admit, and a lot of people chipped in. You know, Beth and her MUA, Nikki Powers, she chipped in on doing the makeup and helping out. I gave her some cash, you know, for that. You know, I had to pay her something. The models, I did explain to them to please come ready, you know, in case the hair and makeup artist doesn't show up. You got to be prepared. But we managed to get through that, okay? But this woman whined. Oh, I'm leaving if I don't get my makeup done. And I'm going, are you kidding me? I'm like, you're in your late 60s. You do not look like the pictures you sent me that were airbrushed, okay? Oh, this is my body. If I put up the body that she sent me and the body that was on the runway, forget it, okay? The critics would go fucking nuts with this, all right? Again, excuse my French, but, you know, look, it is what it is.
Hey, security dropped the ball in my book.
Well, for somebody to whine, and then she gave my jewelry designer issues. Everybody else, every other model that was in the house signed an agreement that they would return the jewelry with their names and information on that form. She went and gave the jewelry designer a problem. She didn't want to sign her name.
You know, senior
citizens, but that's a red flag right there, okay?
Senior citizens always bitch and moan and whine no matter what. They're always complaining.
All right, well, you know, not all of them. That's not true. I'm going to stand by that because I have a 75-year-old male model that's been with me 6 years, okay? He's never hurt me. He's always done everything to support this company from down to up to whatever. I remember he's one of the guys that even caught somebody trying to walk out with one of the shirts at a fashion show. A young girl. Listen, a 14-year-old was running out of the venue, but you know what? We had tug of war with her. She had autism. We didn't know. She loved the shirt so much. I said, you know what? I didn't know. I said, take the shirt and keep it. Honestly, I didn't want no money for it because you can't, a kid with autism, you cannot, you can't blame them because they don't know no better, okay? They don't realize what's going on. They're smarter than us, but they don't. You understand where I'm coming from. That's a different situation, okay? Now, for a woman that's in her late 60s to do what she did, what I'm about to explain, it's fucked up because I didn't know about it. I'm going to get right to the point. Now, we know that the plastic and everything was pulled off the dresses, and I had no clue why because I said, why would somebody do that? You know, I said, did a staff member come down here? I didn't notice that these dresses were missing because the rack was stuffed. We only had one rack down there, you know, and that was it, okay? Here I'm thinking we're going to a hotel. It's not a hotel, but it's called the Hotel Chantel. But where's your rooms? Where's your clothing racks? Wait a minute. So this is false advertisement. You're saying you're a hotel, but you're not a hotel? Oh, we're a restaurant bar. I'm like, but that's not a hotel. Where do people sleep at the end of the night? People that actually flew to my show that thought they were going to be able to rent a hotel room here. Where's the rooms? Okay, well, that's a good way to get people to come to your club, you know, that tourism. Oh, come to our club at the end of the night when you ask for the room. Oh, we don't have rooms here. Sorry. the cardboard box up the road, you could stay there for the night. It's cheap. Or go to a hostel.
That's the suite. That's the suite, the refrigerator box.
You know, false advertisement, it's everywhere. You can't, whatever. I don't do it. I play the honest game. But, you know, let's get to the point now. So, you know, I really need to express this and get it out. So basically, here comes the time where my models are ready to walk the runway. And this is the first walk. So I had a nice plan for the buyers that were there. I was going to walk the button-up shirt line. And I had about 6 of those, including myself wearing one. Okay? And they were all black plasma silk shirts. There was one that was cotton polyester, which I was going to wear. Now, all my male models, 2 of them purchased the shirts. 2 of them were brought by one of our models, which is awesome. You know what I'm saying? They, you know, of course, I probably would have just gave the shirts away. Now, those were gone. Nowhere on the rack. The only shirts on the rack was the 2 black ones. One was mine and one for another model. 4 were missing. Okay? They were all sized out for each model. So I'm sitting here lost. I'm going, I got 25 models in the room. What can I wear? Where's my dress, Paul? Where's my dress? Where? And here I am going, okay, I'm freaking out. I'm the only one. So Beth is helping me out. Everybody's trying to help. You know, Krista was doing makeup, whatever. You know, everybody was doing something. So, you know, she's trying to help me out. And I'm going, Beth, the dresses aren't here. I'm like, the dresses I made for these models are gone. I'm like, they were here. We brought them in. And she's like, don't worry, we'll just get something right now. I'm like, yeah, but we can't just put, you know, dresses and things on models that don't fit them. And I said, there's a certain theme to what I'm doing. I have the button-ups coming out, you know, and it's going to be the guys are going to lead in first. They're coming out first, okay? I have my performers coming up. I have the guys coming out. And then I got the girls coming out in the evening gowns because we're doing the high-fashion dress wear. It's supposed to be in unison, you know? It's got to be, you know, you have to keep those things correct on the runway. Mm-hmm. Whatever the model does on the runway, it don't matter. That's my thing. They don't have to do the fucking catwalk, all right? I want them expressing themselves. But when it comes time to the buyer's market, they're looking for a collection to come out. Okay, here comes the button-up shirt collection. Okay, ooh, I love that. I like that color. Ooh, I like that color. Okay, there's a couple of white button-ups, you know, with the black plasma look. Now the buyer sees the shirts. I like the button-up collection, so they check that off, okay? Now you got the evening gowns coming out. Not everyone are going to get liked, okay? But you got the number on the evening gown. They're going to check that off, and it's the same with every other collection. You know, if you're coming out with swimsuits, you keep it swimsuits. You know, you can't have it all fucking mixed up like it was, which made me look really bad, okay? Really bad, and that's the reason why I'm so upset with this, and I'm going to do a legal action that she might like, but it's too bad because you fucked my show up, okay? You made me look bad in front of people. Why, I don't know. It makes me wonder, is she in contact with people, you know? Did a hater, you know? I don't know what the story is and what the scenario or situation of what happened, but all I know is those things were gone, okay? So they walked the show, whatever, came down for the second run. Here she comes. Ooh, there's that blue sequin dress. Oh, that's the one that's, oh, please, can I wear it? I said, this is a showcase model. It belongs to Crystal. I made it for her as a gift. She's really the only one that wore this dress, you know. And she was there. She was okay with her wearing it. But I did say, this dress needs to come back because this is a sentimental showcase model dress, and there's only one of these. I said, these are going to be made more of off of this one. I said, you got to bring it back. Oh, I'll bring it back. I promise. Of course.
Sure.
Okay. I never saw the dress again after that. Okay. Because I was so busy that, you know, that's how it is at the show. It's hard to find me because when you have the promoters pulling you to one direction, you got the lighting guy pulling you to this direction. You got this partner pulling you this direction. You got the management and the corporate you got to deal with, you know. You got to deal with other things of what the asshole security guards were told to do. That it's not their faults, but corporate tells them, you know, you get people that are in their 50s and 60s coming to the door, you know, okay, I forgot my ID, but you can tell that I'm of age to come in here, okay? When you're dealing with famous fucking people that are coming to the door and they've traveled to get there. And security goes, oh, I'm sorry, if you don't have your ID, you're not coming in. Well,
who the hell doesn't carry a digital driver's license in their wallet? Come on, what knuckleheads, what numbskulls.
All right, but you know what? It's not their fault. It doesn't matter. People forget their stuff, okay? They were from other countries, all right? Shit happens, but it doesn't matter. They look their age, okay? Let's just put it like that. And I think in New York City there is a law that if you look over 40 years old, I mean, come on, man. Seriously, let's get real with that. But let's get away from that point anyway. We're going to get back to, so there she is, you know, who knows when she did it, but I believe that it was during the time where everybody was upstairs in the beginning. She got down there and stuffed up her bag with shit, okay, got back upstairs, finally saw the dress that she actually came for, okay, took that dress and took a very, very expensive, sentimental valued piece to me, okay. Even though whatever happened with the traumatizing breakup, it's still something that I got her for her anniversary. A sewn item that was made in Paris, okay? A lot of money. We're not going to get into that. I dyed it. We have that thing 4 years. The only reason she didn't want to wear it was because there was a problem with it. In the back of the neck, the sequin would rub against your neck and kind of like irritate the neck. So I was going to take it in and have it rehemmed, you know? And I was going to have them, you know, rehem it, but they wanted $2,500 to do this, okay? So when you're dealing with expensive shit, that's what it costs to have it re-altered so that this way it wouldn't scratch the neck part, okay? I put it aside. I said, when I have the cash and time, I'll do this, you know? And there was really no concern about it because she had plenty of beautiful dresses that were worth probably $100,000 worth of dresses at least in her wardrobe, okay?
Now, the amount that was stolen, you documented the estimated value of everything that was stolen by this woman?
Well, now I have the estimated value, and, you know, I still want to critique it first to make sure that I'm not wrong, you know? And I know what she took, you know, and basically I want to bring up how I approached her.
Okay.
So I didn't find out this till maybe a week and a half later. You know, after the show, 2 weeks after the show. Well, you know, my model Beth mentioned to me, you know, Crystal's dress, that lady got it, I think. She goes, I don't think she ever got it back. And then I asked Crystal, I'm like, do you know anything of this? She's like, no, I think, you know, she might have taken it. And I'm like, but look, might have and you know, taking it is two different things. So I said, okay, let me approach her. So I got on Facebook and I messaged her. And this is probably, man, this is about a week and a half ago. I can get the exact dates and everything, which I'll log into everything. And I asked her, I said, the sequin dress that you wore is missing. I said, you wouldn't happen to know what happened to it. I'm like, would you happen to have it? Because if you do, we need it for a very important photo shoot that's coming up that I didn't really tell Crystal about just yet, but it was set up, you know, and it paid $2,000. You know, it would have been $1,000 in her pocket, $1,000 in my pocket, because it was for the dress going into a magazine for the UK. And, you know, I'm not going to mention their name because they're really big, by the way, really fucking big magazine. And the last people that you want to screw with when it comes time to thieves. Okay. So that being said, we're looking at $2,000 lost. And in my mind, when models wanted to rent certain items from me, I would rent them and lease them out to them. And I had weekly deals, you know, for really expensive items. Now what she's got, the 2 items alone, the dress is $6,000, and I'm pricing the jacket at $6,000 because the jacket's used. But you know, I could price it at 12 if I want. My work is on there. I can price it at 50 if I want. Okay, I could go to Walmart and buy a shirt and dye that shirt and put a beautiful design on it and sign my name to the shirt. How do we know what it's worth? I didn't give myself the celebrity designer name. No, the media gave me that name. Okay? I worked for this. And I didn't really care about fame. Fame doesn't mean that much to me. You know, what meant to me was making people happy and seeing them wearing nice clothing on the runway and doing something unique and different, you know, and enjoying themselves, but at the same time networking and getting work for themselves. Now, you know, it took her 6 days to get back to me. But every single day before that, of me approaching her, and I can show this, she sends me a cup of coffee. Good morning, Paul. How are you? Every day. Now, she did read my message, okay? I see the little box when you read my message.
Yeah, of course.
Okay? 6 days goes by and you don't say a word to me because you needed those 6 days to think about what you were going to say to me about the shit you stole from me. Okay? Otherwise, you wouldn't have hesitated to answer me. Yes, Paul, I have the items. I'm sorry. It was a misunderstanding, whatever. I would have accepted something like that. Even though I know she stole the shit, but I would have been, you know, willing to reconcile with her and make it go away really quick, you know, but she never walks my runway again, and I won't recommend you to anybody. No, if somebody calls me and says, hey, do you recommend her? I don't know her. Have a nice day. That's it. I don't have, it's not my job to have to recommend her as long as I don't say, oh, you can't do this, you can't be, because it's against the law for me, if I was to hire her as an employer, to go to another employer and badger her. But this ain't badgering her, because if the employer comes out and goes, did she steal from you? Yes, she did. Yes, and I did file charges, okay? I have every right to be honest if they ask me that, okay? But I normally don't do that shit, okay? I usually give really good recommendations no matter how bad the person is, because you know what? In the long run, I'm not going to be the guy sitting there going, you know, oh, you know, this is my fault. I'm sorry. You know, I don't want to ruin anybody's life or their career.
But, yeah, but in this case, she stole a high value amount of your hard-earned fashion.
Oh, she messed up. Now that I think about it, she messed up my runway out of selfish, jealous, whatever her jealous ways, or, oh, I didn't get my makeup done in time, you know, but I paid for you to get your makeup done, okay? I paid to have whoever needed their makeup done there. And she is going to get a bill now from Nikki. $45. And she had to use Crystal's makeup because she didn't have enough makeup to use, okay?
There's not enough makeup in the world for that old.
Hires Nikki to do her makeup, okay? I believe that if you're a professional model is going to hire her own makeup artist, okay? You're going to bring your own MUA with you because professional models do that, okay? Or they do their own makeup. I have a lot of models, but then, you know, on the other hand, sometimes it's hard for a professional model to afford it. So the venue or, you know, the host of the show, we usually supply that. But in 30 days, I wanted to get Sephora on board. My sponsor package went out too late to them. They said, honestly, we'll do the next show, but this is just too short of notice for us to jump in on this. It was only like 4 days they had. There was no way they can bring the staff in that I needed to do this, but the next show I'll do it, you know. Look, what was done to me and the other models is totally wrong, because those models, not only did they not get to walk in the dress that they wanted, but they didn't get to take that item home with them. In the meantime, this woman sitting at home with the dress, okay, now I'm going to get to the bottom end of this, of where she got me so upset where I had no choice at that point then to go live with this. So she's already admitted to having these items, and she's going, I mailed the package out. I said, give me a tracking number. It doesn't matter. I mailed it out. Stop harassing me. I said, I'm not harassing you. I said, did you include the jacket in the package? She doesn't answer me, okay? A day goes by, then she answers me. The package is mailed out. I said, did you include the jacket in the package again? And I kept on asking her. Then she comes out, and I said, you know what? And I said, to be honest with you, I will never recommend you to anybody, and you'll never walk my show again because you stole from me and my models. I said, you messed up my show. I said, you denied on getting back to me, you know, in the proper amount of time to allow me to know you had the dress, where Crystal and I both could have made money. I said, which it caused us to lose money now on that. I said, hard work you take from us. Then she comes out and goes, I'm going to tell people you take money from them. And at that point, I'm like, what? Excuse me? I said, go ahead. I said, I even give you my own permission right here, right now. You can even go live with this and post it on Facebook. I said, because I'm going to tell you one thing. You open that can of worms, I'm not going to close it. I'm going to allow more and more worms to come out. I said, you make your bed, you're going to sleep in that bed. I said, now go and tell people I take money for them and see what they tell you. But I said, make sure you explain why you're saying these things to me. After she heard that, then she comes out because she knew she couldn't get me on that now. Oh, well, I'll just tell people you flirted with me. I then sent her a picture.
You made my day.
I sent her a picture. I said, really? I'm flirting with you. I said, in this picture, you're all over me. I said, and every damn model is trying to protect me from you. I said, I had the models coming up acting like they were my girlfriends to keep you away from me. I'm like, you made me so fucking uncomfortable. I said, I don't say things to the elderly because I respect my elders. I said, and I wanted to say something.
But not crooks like her.
Man, she got away with some of the most precious pieces, okay? And thinking that she only told me about the dress in the beginning. Then I found out about the jacket, okay? So at this point, I'm furious. I'm going, you know, now you got two of my items, and that's worth about $12,000 between both of them because I priced them both at $6,000. I said, right now, that's a Class A felony on you if I was to press charges. I said, I'll tell you what. How about this? You never walk any of my shows again. I don't recommend you. You send the items back that you stole. That I only knew about the jacket now and the dress. I didn't know about the other stuff yet, okay?
100% of what she stole.
Listen, she wasn't telling me about it, okay? So then we get into the conversation. I'm like, you send those items back to me. I said, I want it signed for, okay, certified. And I want a tracking number. We'll bring this again. I said, but you'll never walk my runway again and you won't be recommended. I said it again to her after she made all those threats. Oh, I'm going to tell people you take their money? That ain't going to work. Oh, boy, he got me on that one. Oh, well, then I'll tell him you flirt with me. Oh, yeah, let's use the biggest and the oldest trick in the book. You think people are really going to fucking believe I'm flirting with you, great-grandma? Come on.
She's, listen, this woman is...
I give you a chance to be on my fucking runway and give you that chance the way you look in lingerie.
Listen.
You don't even care to go out there showing your body like that?
Listen, I got to make a statement I got to make a statement with my lucky Blackthorn Shillelagh from Ireland. This woman is only qualified to model for Polydent and tie-dye Depends adult diapers. That's it. And I think the big fuss she kept on making was part of her big distraction, Paul. All the fussing and that this old diva kept on making throughout that event. You know.
Well, the next show I think I want to bring the models on live. And I want them to express how they felt when they found out my dress ain't there, and I'm freaking out. You know, here I'm sweating, and I'm feeling bad enough that now their dresses aren't even there. You know, I have to solve this problem because guess what? It's on me. It's all on me at the end of the day, okay? I'm responsible.
Yeah.
So I have to take and accept the responsibilities of this because, you know, I guess I got to say it's my fault for not having the proper people down there, but my stylist that I paid didn't show up. He's from the UK. He had a perfect reason. His mom was dying, okay? I saw the footage on Facebook. That's a reasonable excuse for not coming. I'm not going to tell anybody, oh, you have to be here. I don't care if your mom's dying. No, that's totally reasonable. We all know that. We all love our moms. My mom's gone. We know the feeling. But now when I have two other people that I hired that I paid $40 a piece, it's not much, but it's something. And you're getting to come to a great show and network. And we're not charging you for that. I need you to come and do makeup. They never show up, but you've already paid them. You never hear from them again. They block you on Facebook. There's no way of contacting them. Okay, it's $80. You know what? I blew it off. I don't have time to sit there going after them for $80. I just don't.
It sounds like Etsy. There's no way of contacting upper management. Anyway.
No, they made sure they wiped themselves off the friggin' the whole globe. You know, like the X did. Wiped herself off the globe, but that's another story. We open that up next, year.
Right. Now let me ask you a question.
Story.
Who was responsible for security? Was it the hotel Schlongtel?
Yeah, the hotel. I did express to them I'd like to bring my own security in, and I have top guys that are licensed. You know what I mean? I mean top guys.
Mm-hmm.
And he's taking over the venue. He's going to bring his own security in. I said, but my security is also walking the runway and helping you guys out. And
but it's your venue.
Yeah,
venue.
Well, I didn't pay for the venue. But it don't matter.
What kind of
They made money off of us, okay? But the whole point is that security guard is not there for their guests or any guest. That security is there to protect my models and to protect shit like this from happening. So who else is going to be responsible for the shit? Yes, Chantel, we're coming after you.
Hey,
because what? You did not take care of what you were supposed to. Security should have been downstairs protecting those dresses.
And the hotel Schlongtel security should have been checking bags at the door, since they're not really concerned about the IDs.
Oh, but they could check IDs, okay, but they can't check bags, right? But let me tell you, there was another incident that happened that we'll bring up. It's been settled, but still.
Oh, man.
Security sat there and watched it go on, but they sure kissed my ass at the end of the night. Let me tell you, when they found out after the VP of my company, Rio Arc Myers, showed them who and what I did with the music on Google, he said, look, this is who you're fucking with. And you're messing with his partners and everybody else that you kicked out of here tonight. He told them. He warned them, and they kissed my ass after that. Oh, yes, Mr. Mantia, anything you need. Oh, don't worry about the clothing down there. Why don't you come upstairs and have a couple of drinks? I said, I don't drink. And it gave me a whole stack of drink tickets, free drink tickets, top shelf. So I said, oh, yeah, great.
Yeah.
My models deserve this. So I'm going around to all my models that were left behind. I give John Stevens, my oldest model, 75 years old, walk the runway with his kneecaps that he just got replaced, okay? And he walked the runway.
Kneecaps, yeah.
Gotta give it to him. He's a great guy.
You gotta play hardball anytime you do it in any big city, Paul. Any big city, you gotta play hardball. You running a business. You can't be kind to these.
Well, I'm kind to everybody, even if they steal from me. I let them get away with it. But this time,
yeah, but
you didn't only steal from me. She stole from my models, okay? And when you steal from the models, I really get upset. Like when the models get put down or anything, they know I'll stick up for them.
Right.
I'll come up on Facebook and you don't want. I told this woman, I said, all you got to do is just be honest. I want you to make a public apology to all the models for what you did. I didn't say nothing wrong to her. I don't think I harassed her. But I did say this. Don't make me have to go down to New York PD. I'll have to go to the venue. I'll have to call the cops. They'll have to come to the venue and see all the footage. We'll have to investigate. It's going to cost time and money for the New York PD as well as myself. I said, and I promise you, when I'm done, you will be arrested and thrown, I'm sure, in Rikers Island because that's where you go. Well, I said, but you're not only going to be charged with that, but, you know, you're also going to be sued in court. I said, so let's give you an alternative. I said, I don't want to put anybody in jail. I said, so I'll give you a fee. I said, you pay $2,500 where now I'll be able to supply my models new dresses because I don't want the old ones. I'm going to take them back, yes. But I don't know what you did to them. I don't know if you put them on. They become secondhand. They were made for those models. They bought them. That's it. I said, so you paid a $2,500 rental fee for having all those items, and I'll walk away and leave you alone, and that's it. And let bygones be bygones. But she didn't want to go there. Then she started making more harassing threats to me.
Oh, really?
And I'm going, you know, really? I said, after I went and did all this for you, and I made you an offer, then she comes out and goes, I want my $35 back. I said, what?
What? She stole thousands of dollars of merchandise, retail value, and she wants.
She goes, I'll give you your stuff back. I'll give you your stuff back when you give me my $35 back, is what she messaged me in Facebook. I'll give you your stolen shit back that I stole when you give me my $35 back. You mean you left your items behind because you didn't want them. You only had your eye on that fucking sequin dress, and that's what you thought about all night. You're seen in pictures with your fucking jacket covering your bag while you're sitting in the bar area on the couch, and she's crouching down and just eyeing people down. It's creepy looking, and she looks sneaky. She looked like she was up to shit. I don't know any model that holds on to their luggage like that. They leave their luggage downstairs because they trust people.
She's arrogantly spitting in your face right now. That last comment she made, she thinks you're bluffing.
And then she goes like this, James. Well, I'm old, she says on the phone. But I think I also got it in messages. Yeah, she did say I'm old in messages. But on the phone, she goes, I'm old, and the cops ain't going to arrest an old lady. I'm like, really? I said, so you can go to a department store and rob them blind or do anything you want in the world, and they're not going to arrest you because you're old, really? I said, who told you these stories? I said, where'd you learn that?
Yeah, she's Ma Barker of the 21st century.
And then she goes, and I'm poor. I said, so because you're poor and you claim to be poor? I said, wait a minute. I said, you were wearing a fucking fur coat that's $5,000 at least. I said, all your clothing's expensive. I said, did you steal that from other designers, or did you actually buy that stuff from the shit you stole from them? And then you went and, you know, you took that money and bought your own shit. Because you know if you wear the product out, people are going to know that it came from me. Come on. I'm the only one on the runway that does that stuff.
She's an arrogant, old, flim-flam artist sea hag. She is.
And then she brings it on to me and she goes, I have children. Stop, please. I said.
Oh, now she's got children. Oh,
I got even better.
I got great.
I said, so yeah. Let's be an example for my children and my grandchildren. Yes, grandchildren, if you're poor and you're old, you can steal from people because it's okay. The cops aren't going to lock you up. Shit, go commit murder for all you care. They're not going to lock you up as long as you're over 60.
This woman, you know, this is a humdinger of a story. I'm glad we did this live show, because this woman, what you're telling me is unbelievable. The colossal nerve of this woman to say these things.
I mean, look, Kalina, she did something nice, man. At the end of the show, she was missing pieces, beautiful jewelry designs. Everybody loved them. One of the models loved it so much that she signed her name and everything and gave her whatever information to her. When the jewelry designer put those necklaces on her, she never seen her again. So listen to this story. Now, the jewelry designer contacts the woman that stole her necklaces. The woman tells her this: I'm moving right now. She lives in New York City. She goes to all the New York City clubs. Her picture's posted up there too with the necklaces on. She tells the designer, I'm busy right now and I'm moving. So when I'm done doing that, I'll contact you. I said, listen, as being a jewelry designer and me being a professional business owner, I said, that's a red flag. She's telling you she's moving. She'll contact you when she's done. I'm like, don't tell me she can't get on a bus or get in her freaking car and drive those pieces to you. I'm like, she lives in the city. She can drive it to you. I'm like, she stole those things, and if you think you're going to get them back, you're not. I said, I'm posting her picture because she stole your pieces. She's a dominatrix. She has dungeons and stuff on her profile. She is the devil. Okay?
Slippery eels. These people are sneaky and slippery. She's playing, the old bag is playing the old bag card. You know, she's playing the poor card. Oh yeah, the poor card with the mink coat. Sure. She's playing the children or grandchildren card. You know how like some people play the gender card. Oh, you know, you're misogynist. Oh, you're homophobe. Oh, you're racist. Oh, you're this. She's playing her own cards, Paul. Obviously.
Oh yeah, let's just we're gonna do something real quick. So
yeah,
I mean, I know a lot of people. You know, look, a lot of people look at situations as, you know, I haven't seen any evidence of this, and I can't believe this, you know. But I'm gonna just try to show this on film here.
Okay.
Well, at the end of the day, I'm gonna read this to everybody here. Okay, so this is at the end of the conversation when I started bringing up the legal formality of what she did and the consequences, because I looked it up on Google research. You know, of course, anything of over $1,000 becomes a felony.
Right.
Now, when you steal items that are worth over 20 grand worth of product, that's big time. It becomes a Class A felony. So I told her about all this. I said, the conversation is over. You've lied enough to me. You left me no choice then to take legal action, because now I find out that you have more product than I thought. I said, here you're sending me, I guess, the jacket and dress back, but you weren't going to send the other items. You were going to keep those, which shows me that you've been dishonest here. Totally dishonest. I said, for a grown woman at age 66 or whatever your age might be, I said, you don't set a good example on today's youth. I'm like, here you are. People look up to you at younger ages. I said, but you're setting a bad, wrong example by showing them it's okay to take from other people.
Well, her own family, her own children or grandchildren or whatever she said, setting her own.
Especially when you sit there and then you try to make false accusations saying I take money from people and that I flirt with you. I said, what was next? You were going to say I try to touch you? She goes, your package.
You're better off touching a blow-up doll.
I don't know if you can see this, but she says your package is arriving Monday after I write all that.
Yeah, just
no.
You gotta hold it longer and straighten it, like directly face it. No, it's too far away. Get close to the webcam and let it focus if people can see it. But you know, I'm sure you have everything.
You know, I just want to say so
documented. You can print screen.
Let me read what she writes. Your package has arrived Monday. I am very sorry again. I apologize.
Of course she's sorry.
I said, that's not the point. You stole, you caused my company and models to lose money. The part you're not looking at. She goes, I am very sorry for all these inconvenience. I said, who's gonna pay those losses? I'll tell you who you are. She goes, look, I don't have no money and I'm very poor. I'm not rich. I'm not rich. I said,
because she says so. She's not rich and she got a mink coat.
Well, I said, poor don't make it right for what you done here. My entire show was fucked up because of this. Tell the judge that, not me. I said, save it for the court because that's where it's going. I said, tell the cops you're poor and you stole expensive things. There's no excuse for this. You're a grown-ass woman who should know better. She goes, tell Crystal I'm very sorry as well. I don't want the money back. You can keep it. Thank you so much. I don't want the $35 back. You can keep it. After she's sitting here apologizing for stealing all that stuff. Okay?
What about the merchandise? She keeps on talking about the measly $35. What about the stolen merchandise?
And listen to this. Then after all this shit she said, blaming me and saying I did this and that to her and lying and not telling me she stole all the rest of the stuff, okay? She goes, I still want to become your friend. I said, what?
Friend.
And I said, look, Crystal wants to file charges. She goes, why? I just sent her clothes back.
Friend.
And then she goes, look, I didn't steal nothing. I just returned back your stuff. What? I didn't steal nothing. I just returned. I said, just because you returned it after stealing it, you stole it. I said, if you go to a store and you steal shit from Walmart, okay, they contact you and find out you stole it. You say, I'm going to ship it back. I said, do you think they're not going to have you arrested? It's in your possession. You stole it.
The crime was already...
Because I'm sending it back to you means I didn't steal anything.
The crime was already committed. Of course they're going to press charges for shoplifting or whatever. You know, it's like if you embezzle, if you embezzle, that's like Bernard Madoff saying, "Oh, I'll return all the multi-billions I took from rich people. All right, that'll get me off the hook." Yeah, right.
Listen to this, okay? So then she goes, "You want to go so far? I didn't keep nothing. You will receive it closed on Monday." Okay? I said, you did steal. You took them into your possession. I said, Crystal just called, the cops, which we try to find out some things. And, we're talking about pressing charges. She goes, can you and Crystal please forgive me? I said, and then she goes, I'm very sorry from the bottom of my heart. Yeah, the bottom of her ass crack is where she's sorry from. Okay? She's a very good manipulator, but she's not too good of a manipulator because I catch her. She contradicts herself too much. First, you're lying your ass off. Then you get in fear because you can go to jail over this. So what happens when people find out they're going to go to jail? They start making things worse on themselves and they'll lie even more. These are the dumbfounded people. They'll keep lying and digging a bigger hole. Okay?
Sounds like Donald Trump.
Well, she tried the Vindictive Act, and she knew she couldn't get around me on that, so that got cut out real quick and stopped, okay? And then she goes, I said, look, I've made my decision. Then she goes, bye, Paul. I said, you lied, then say you didn't steal. Then what is it called to you, I said. She goes, look, I have kids. Stop with this, please.
Again with the kids and her so-called poverty, as she keeps on bringing up. The same excuses, my kids, my poverty, lack of funds.
Woman lives in a beautiful house. Okay, I'm not going to say where she lives. She lives in a beautiful house. And when I first spoke to her, she's got a great job. She makes great fucking money. Okay, for somebody to be that wealthy and to go out and do stealing from somebody when you have wealth, when you know that person's homeless and on the fucking street, and making this show happen for you as well as everybody else. At least the other people respected me. Nobody else did that shit to me.
Hey, don't forget the mink.
I'm not going to mention names because I don't want anybody to know about me, but I have a special friend, a model that helped me out as well as me helping her out, See, there's real people out there that will help you out because they know when people spend time with you and they're around you enough, they realize this person ain't there to hurt anybody. This person actually has a heart, and this person will actually do things for me that they promised to do. And I'm not the type of designer, I'm not an agency. That's the thing people get wrong. I'm a designer. I'm taking you models out there and I'm putting you in front of big people and I'm getting you major exposure that anybody would tell you doing commercials and all that, what it costs to do that stuff. Okay. Just to get in the front cover of a magazine could be $6,000 to $10,000 or even inside of a magazine.
I'm surprised she's still using the same stupid poverty excuses. I mean, you caught her in so many lies. You caught her in so many damn lies.
The sad part is the models all excited about getting their stuff that night. Okay, waiting and all excited to get their things. Not to be there, that hurt me more than anything. Because you know what? It didn't hurt me as much as them walking on the runway. It hurt me that they didn't get to take home what they bought.
Yeah. Now to
do something like that, I want to ask why. She had her eye on the sequin dress, okay? Why didn't she just take that? Why does she have to go and take everybody else's shit before they walked on the runway? That's my question. That's where I'm puzzled. I don't understand that. What's the reason for that? And she took the shit that was supposed to walk the runway. It's funny how all the other stuff that wasn't in plastic was left behind. That's what I don't understand. That's why I'm going, is there a hater out there that planned this out with her? You know, because there's been a lot of shit done to me, man. A lot of stuff. I went
There
jail.
could be
I didn't even do.
there could be accomplices. There could be accomplices with her. You never know.
But I can't blame it on other people because guess what? She's the one that was at the show. She's the one in possession of the property. She's the one that did this. And I'm going to end the show just like this. I'm going to press charges. And I'm going to make sure that justice is served here. I'm going to make sure that each and every one of my models get restitution for this. Okay? And their time that they put into getting ready for this show to wear those dresses, trust me, she's going to pay for each and every one of them. She's going to pay the cost of what possibly could have happened if a buyer would have bought that. We don't know. There's no price on that. She's going to pay the cost for having those dresses in her possession. Okay?
Well, not just the dresses, the other items that
exactly.
She
everything.
You forgot about. The other items
she's going to pay for the damages that she caused to this show and to other people, okay? Because after what I did for her to go and do this to me and to everybody else, it's wrong. It's wrong.
Listen,
and I don't care how old she is. I don't care if you're 100.
Well, she's not impoverished.
Here I am going to jail for something I didn't do 2 months ago, okay? Only for charges to get dropped because they knew what they did. And trust me, I'm still going after you, Chenango County, after what happened to me.
Oh, that's another story.
For this woman, if I allow her to get away with this, guess what? She can destroy the rest of the industry. She might go to other designers or other clubs and steal from other people and keep getting away with it. I can't, everybody, I asked their opinion on Facebook. I said, help me out because I really don't have the heart to do that.
Yeah, but it's only business, like they said in The Godfather.
Do I have a heart to put an old lady in jail that has grandchildren? You asked me that question? No, I don't. But
I throw her in the state penitentiary for what she did. All in all, she has all her faculties. She doesn't have Alzheimer's or any form of dementia. She knows what she's doing. She's a slick opportunist.
I know, but I kind of ask myself these questions. My grandmother's gone, but would I want somebody to throw my grandmother in jail? Probably not. And would I try to stick up for her? Probably so, but I wouldn't stick up if she did something wrong like this now. But, we've all had our little times when we were younger kids where we stole a candy bar from the store.
Yeah, but this is not a candy bar.
I'm not afraid to admit it, but, I learned my lesson over that shit.
This is thousands of dollars of merchandise. Paul, you're not mother.
No, I know. I hear you. It's thousands of dollars. It's thousands of dollars worth of product. So that's what makes me think about it. Yes. Am I going to do something legal? Yes.
Oh, my God.
Yes, I am going to do something legal because I have to.
And the lies from a woman who's not senile, that doesn't have dementia, the lies.
I'll tell you what got me. When she went vindictive card and started playing, I'll tell people, you take money from them. Okay, I fought that one. But when she came out and said, I'll tell people you flirt with me, that right there did it all because that made me go, what are you going to do next? You're going to say I touched you? You're going to say I did this to you? And that's how women find their defense.
She's got to jump on the harassment.
Women admit it. Even lawyers admit it.
She's got to jump
women
on
doing that shit.
Yeah.
And they get away with it. And the guy goes to fucking jail. And an innocent person goes to jail because that woman sat there going something that never happened, okay?
She's got to go on the
accusations on me like that. She's going to fucking jail.
She's going to go on the sexual harassment bandwagon. She's going to exploit this, being that it's in vogue nowadays. You know what I mean? The phony lie.
I hope she likes jail because it's not going to be a pleasant vacation. It might end up being a staycation for her.
The phony lying with the sexual harassment charge, and she's gonna use every sneaky excuse in a book to keep her wrinkled, shriveled ass out of jail or prison. She's gonna do this, and if she was an honest woman, the best thing that could have happened out of all this, if she was completely honest and a nice woman, is she would have represented people in her age group on the runway. That's if she was a decent, honest, respectable woman that appreciate Paul Anthony Mantia's generosity and charity. She would have went on the runway and represented seniors wearing attractive tie-dyed clothing.
Well, those clothing that she wore, the lingerie, had nothing to do with me. I just want everybody to know that. I got to be honest. My runway's got a lot more class than that. I put classy items out. I don't put stuff out that's showing every single thing on the model, especially when we got live video going out there.
Right.
We got family members and kids watching that. I don't think that the family members, want to see that live on video. Honestly, and a lot of models were uncomfortable with wearing it. They refused to wear it. And I said, hey, I'm not forcing you to wear anything. I said, and another designer comes on the runway, I leave it up to the models. If they want to walk for them, they walk for them. But, that's your prerogative. And I don't blame you if you don't want to walk and expose your entire body.
There are models.
I don't mind doing that because, and that's, what I don't knock it. I don't have no knocking with it, but there's a time and place for everything,
Well, there are models.
And her being in those outfits, I got to be honest. I'm not going to say much, but, I think you can pretty much read my mind.
Well, there are models that usually the younger.
Looks like a baby in diapers.
There are models that usually the younger models that will wear scantily clad outfits and risque clothing, and then there are other models that don't feel comfortable in it, and that's fine.
Well, you know what gets me, man? And I have to laugh about this. When I look at her in that lingerie outfit, I'm not knocking the designer on this, so I don't want them to get the wrong idea. If it was put on somebody beautiful that can actually wear those, I'm not saying she's not beautiful, but she's not at the age to wear something like that, It kind of takes away from the designer as well, because you're only going to get the elderly crowd. And even the elderly crowd came to me going, Paul, what's wrong with you? Why would you put an old lady like that? They're like, I wouldn't even do something like this. I said, look, it's not my clothing. I said, I expected to just put her in dresses, which is fine to have an older woman on the runway in dresses.
Now, it's one thing to have plus sizes, which is very common.
I always have plus size, of course. I don't have anybody.
Because many plus size models have.
I got the best plus size models you can think about.
Many plus size models have beautiful faces, and they're curvaceous, and they're quite lovely. But when you're taking a senior citizen,
but you know what? It's not people's faults that they're plus size. Some people got a thyroid problem. You can't put them down.
That's very rare. In reality, a slow metabolism thyroid, hypothyroidism is really rare. But regardless why they're
down, and you know how I feel. I mean, everybody deserves a chance on the runway, and that's it. And that's up to them the way they present themselves, But when you present yourself and stealing from people, I really have a loss of words here. I don't know what else I can say.
I'm a progressive, but I'm not neoliberal. I'm not gonna bend over and have people victimize me and not do anything about it. And I think you have learned lessons over the years about people victimizing you.
I got to be honest. What I've been through in this year, I'm not saying that I'm the only one in the world that's gone through something like this, but I am going to say this. When that documentary comes out, yeah, there's going to be some personal things in there, and I don't really give a flying fuck, to be honest. I don't care if the world knows my personal life or what. I don't, because I really have nothing to hide, to be honest,
the second story? Oh, it's going to be
no sex stories. We don't get that involved, But when you're speaking of your life and the things you went through and the things that you did in your life that you learned lessons for, I believe when people are honest about what they did back then, it makes you a better person now, because there's no reason to hide what you did back then. You already did your time, whatever you did, whatever slap on the hand you got, whether you learned your lesson or not. Everybody is not perfect in the world. We all done something, okay? But it's the ones that learn their lessons early and then decide to take the right road instead of going to the wrong road. It's the people that don't learn, and they, when they don't get caught for something and they continue to do it, you got to get caught. So, kids grow up learning. That's what it is. You're learning when you're a kid. Yep. That's why I tell parents, don't kick them in the ass for doing something wrong, because you did the same fucking thing wrong.
Well, part two to the Paul Anthony Mantia story.
The documentary is going to release next year. The book is released. I'm going to publish. I'm hiring a publisher, bro. I got one already, and I told him he's big time. And
what I'm trying to say,
listen,
we're
when you
getting
hear
out of control here, man.
we're not going to mention names, bro, but I got one of the biggest, most famous publishers in the world that knows about my story, man, and he knows my story for years. He's been on Facebook. You're one of them. You're in there.
I don't have good Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey in here for no reason at all. I just want to say that the part two.
I had one little sip.
Part two. Hey, I'm the host here, brother. Part two of the Paul Anthony Mantia story is much deeper and more heavy duty than this story. This is part one. This is heavy duty. This is deep. But part two is connected to that documentary you're talking about.
Oh yeah. Well, it's the documentary and it's the release of. I'm not going to sing this, but you know, it's the release of this track that I'm going to have coming out. You know.
Oh,
we're not playing either. We're not playing now. We're going to do another segment. We're not. Nice. On there, you see.
There we go.
And as well, you know, we know it goes.
Beautiful job.
But we'll just say it's going to be a great release party because how I'm going to have this planned is, let me tell you, I'm going to need major sponsors on this one, but I'm going to say it's definitely costing a couple of $1 million to do what I'm going to do when I release everything. The whole idea is to release the single, the musical single on this documentary, okay? Release the documentary, to release the book, right, and to release our live video, okay? All at the same time, but doing a release party on this, you know what I mean? And I'm going to make it so big that, you know, I want the world to hear this, okay? So I'm going to make some noise on it. But the plan to me is to have a nice concert stage set up, you know, with multiple bands playing throughout the day and a nice runway show. And then at the, you know, about 11 o'clock at night, we release everything. You know, we release the documentary, you know. Of course, we're not going to play the entire documentary. We're just going to play previews of parts where people, you know, they can purchase it at a low cost, you know, at the party. They can purchase it under a donation, you know.
But like trailers. There'll be trailers.
Of course. So, you know, how I plan on doing it is I do want to use real life people in this. But I know that I'm going to not get the real life people I want to use because they're going to deny it. They denied Dr. Phil. They turned down Kimberly from the casting. I wouldn't expose our messages because it's confidential, but she's on my Facebook. You know, she tried to get the show on there. She emailed her. You know, we tried everything, but we do know that, you know, they give lie detector tests. And I'm 100%, I'm 1,000% willing to put those things on my wrist or give me the government one. I have nothing to hide. But I know the other person has to hide. So when somebody comes out in an email and says, I left you because of struggle, I don't want to be around somebody that struggles. Okay? When somebody leaves me an email like that telling me I'm not around people anymore that struggle like you.
Yeah, but that's the real world.
Well, wait a minute. I thought life was a struggle itself. Even people with fucking money struggle. People that are sick are struggle. People that are homeless struggle. Everybody struggles, even the rich people and the famous people. So I'm saying you don't want to be around people that struggle anymore? I said, so basically you're making a point there. You robbed me blind. Okay? Whatever, that's fine. I already got rid of that out of my head. But you know what? It's fucked up. You don't want to be around people that struggle, then you might as well dig a hole and crawl in it because the rest of the world struggles through life.
She's not dealing with the real world. She's in like Alice. She's like Alice in Wonderland, so to speak.
No wonder we named the cat Alice.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, you have that older gentleman.
But Alice is smart. I'm not saying anything bad about her. And I'm not going to bring it up in the show. I'm just, you know, putting little pointers in of,
yeah. Well,
you know, the shit I've been through this year, and it's all going to come out, man. And it's, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this to you. I don't feel sorry for the people that are going to be brought into this.
Me feel
Okay.
sorry for them. I'm like a.
I don't feel, because it's not only one person who played a part in this.
My
Okay,
middle name is Piranha. When I used to work for
put it all on that one person.
When I used
She
to
did not do all this. Okay.
me, oh, Nancy Kerrigan said that.
Hey,
Why?
Bungu, okay.
My middle name is Piranha. When I used to work for pro wrestling, now you think I'm gonna I feel sorry for these scoundrels, these scallywags? No way. No way.
Hey, James, go back to CNN. Okay. CNN Live.
Hey, let me tell you something. You got that older gentleman who's a model. Let me tell you something. Ken Create would have been a perfect male model for
We'll put him on the next show. We'll get Ken Create on the next show, which will be bigger, better, more secured. This time, I'm going to listen to what my models are saying. You know, they're making suggestions. When somebody has a dress that they didn't purchase, you take their ID, their license, and you hold on to their license until they bring it back. And if they don't bring it back, guess what? I have your license now. I'm going to the cops. Here she is. She stole the dress. She wants her license back. I want the dress back, and I want her going to fucking jail. Simple as that. I'm not going to handle this no more. I'm going to put it into my, you know, I do have other people that run the company, like my vice president. And so when I have to put it in their hands, you know, once it's in their hands, there's no holds bar anymore, because he has no sympathy for people that steal. You know, he has sympathy for kids with autism. You know, he works with children. He does a lot of things with kids, but he has no tolerance or sympathy for people that try to hurt me or my company. You know why? Because he knows me a long time. I've lived with him. We know each other very well. His family is extremely famous. I'm not mentioning what they do. He's already said it on camera, but extremely famous, okay? And, you know, I surround myself with dirtbags sometimes. But how is it, you know, how am I supposed to tell right off the bat? How can I can't judge somebody, you know, just by looking at them. So I give them a chance. You fuck up with me, I don't give you no more chances. I used to give lots of chances, you know, and I've learned my lessons, okay? And
yeah, but
you know,
my
ex was right about things. You know, you can't be. She used to say, "You're so nice to people. You shouldn't be that nice. You're always giving shit away." She goes, "That's why, you know, you end up broke, because you give all this away." I'm like, "Well, you know, I can't change who I am." She goes, "Yeah, but we have to survive." And from that point, I changed that around. I did change, you know.
I get gut feelings about people if they don't make eye contact, or if they get caught in a lie. One lie will lead to a million lies, you know. And, actions are most important. Actions, not the appearance of somebody, but you know, they're judged by their actions. And as far as this woman goes, she dug her own hole, and it looks like she's already in it. You know, see what happens. See if that package really does come in.
Hold on a minute. Let's hold this for a second. I got to go get somebody.
All right. What, the cat? I'll play a little voodoo drums of justice. Now, if I had the drum properly set, you wouldn't be able to see the drum. So listen,
I want to get his opinion. You know, he's a cool cat.
Who's that? The cat? The gato?
I'm not going to mention who and where.
Oh, that's the gato.
Taking care of this good friend of mine, and you know, he's an awesome cat. So cats are pretty smart, man. You know, and they can read people really well. You know.
Well, animals and young children, I believe, can see even evil spirits. They can see demons. Little dogs, cats, all animals could read people. I know that for a fact.
I asked his opinion of what I should do with the lady, you know, and I think he agrees. He's pretty angry about it.
Listen, the proof is in the pudding. What you should do with this lady, there is no doubt. Even
see you later, buddy.
Even an imbecile, even the Three Stooges can see what should be done with this lady. You know.
I honestly hate And when things like this happen, I really like when everything's going smooth, you know, and
Well,
I'm able to focus on what I really need to be focusing on, you know, like setting up my new website that I'm building myself, you know, and I'm working with TR Magazine on certain things for next year. We got things going on with the underwater glow dyes we're going to put out. You know, one of my friends found that, you know, has introduced me, well, a model who's working with us as well, has introduced us to a photographer that does underwater scuba diving photographer. He's licensed, you know. We're setting up to do something huge in the summer to release this product and this new underwater glow dye. You know, we're talking about setting up a big shoot. We're going to be very exclusive and very selective with the models on this one. Yes, we are going to do a plus size shoot, but we're going to keep those two separate because we don't want to, you can't distract what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to have categories. You know, we got the swimsuit models that are petite, you know, and tall doing it. We got the short models doing it. We got the, you know, the plus size models getting out there. You know,
plus is okay as long as they have a real pretty face, a beautiful face. Plus is okay.
Okay, well, you know, however we put it, you know, everybody's pretty in their own way. So,
nah, you know. Not really. Hey, Mother Teresa was a great woman, but she was ugly as all hell. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But anyway, yeah. In other words, all this scum is wasting Paul Anthony Mantia's valuable time when he could be doing all these other important things, like your website, the project you just mentioned. Important things, but the scum that fuck you over are wasting your time. Pretty much.
And costing me money, you know, because we don't do these shows just to not make money.
Right.
We do these shows so that models can network and they can get work going on with other people, you know. I can get work going on, you know. I got my models getting booked into certain photography shoots on, you know, and everybody's getting paid. You know, I could have used that $2,000. You know what I'm saying? I take that money and I invest in my company. I invest in putting more product out. I invest in, you know, my rent or whatever I got to pay. You know what I mean? And when I get, you know, if people really knew the amount of money that it costs me as a designer to just do these shows, you know, it's a lot of time and money. You know,
the labor.
You know, what's that? 22 hours a day, not getting sleep. You know, for 30 days straight.
The cost of labor, the cost of the dyes, the material cost, the everything combined, you know, and then to be profusely lied to by this old hag, you know, I mean, you know what? I hold Hotel Chantel partially responsible for what happened concerning this woman because they dropped the ball.
Being they wouldn't allow me to supply my own security. They made a fuss about that. Oh, we're corporate. We want to be assholes, you know? What's wrong with me supplying? What if a model came in with her own security guard? You're going to tell her, oh, you can't? Well, I want to protect my assets and myself. I'm afraid that maybe one of your drunk guests might touch me because they got a foul crowd that comes in there. You know, when I brought this crowd in there, these are very wealthy people and very respected people, well-respected companies that came to the show. Okay? I mean, we had YouTube in the house. We had a lot of people in the house. I don't want to mention certain names, but, you know, look, you don't do things around people like that, man. You know, it's just wrong. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bogus, obviously a bogus hotel, but they dropped the ball. Their security team definitely dropped the ball, and because of that, the woman came in with this empty suitcase that she was
on top of it, Monica Trombley, okay, she's one of our models.
Right.
She sat down with her friend, and I gave them bottle tickets, okay? Now, I didn't know anything. I thought these bottle tickets were free because I don't really deal with alcohol, okay? I didn't know you got to give a $30 tip or whatever. I don't know shit about it. It's not my you know, type of business. I don't get
you got to have an open
I'm learning about it now because, you know, now I'm thinking about
with big shots, you know.
Well, I'm learning about the bar industry because now I do have bartenders that will actually work the bar, you know, and I am thinking about obtaining my own one-day liquor license for every show that I do. This way, I'll have control of
Aren't
what's
they priced? Aren't they pricey as all hell?
Well, this is another thing. They try to rob her blind, okay? They try to charge her triple the amount, okay? Like a $500 bill when they only got like one bottle in it. You know, they weren't really the ones responsible. Whoever ordered that bottle, I didn't order it, but whoever ordered it should have held responsibility, and they should have been explained to that when you order on this ticket, you got to pay a $30 thing. Don't make them order it and then drink the bottle and then you tell them about it. That's fucked up, man. It's like, in other words, okay, wait a minute. I'm going to order some food, but they're not going to give me a menu. They're not going to tell me the price until I'm done eating. Oh, by the way, you just ate $200 worth of food. What?
Now, hey, now you know why I never go into the city.
Well, I'm not going to blame all the places. No, there's some really good restaurants, man, that I love.
I stay here in nice, quiet, bird chirping Bergen County, New Jersey.
I went to a $350 meal that somebody else had to pay for over some other bullshit, okay? The things that people and business owners are doing, they better fucking stop, man, because they're going to get caught out there. If you're not going to run an honest company, then you better walk the other way because people are going to catch up eventually.
Yeah,
and when we do, it gets funny, man. Don't make me publicize this shit because I hate when people take advantage of me.
The funniest thing in food service and in the alcohol industry is when somebody says, would you like to have or would you like to try this? It's almost like they're giving you a sample to try, but no, it ends up being on the bill.
Yeah, man. So I think we're going to get about to close this because it's 5:19 p.m. and I have to run to the store now. And
well, I have to tend to other things too. Actually, 5:30 is the cutoff, but
no, so we're going to get a big storm, I hear. So
yeah, well, I gotta take a look and see how much snow we have outside now.
We're going to get it where we are, and I'm not mentioning where we are, but you know we're in a very special hideaway that somebody provided, and you know we really appreciate that person.
Well, you were going to have a bigger winter wonderland than me.
I was provided. Actually, I'm provided two places where I can actually, you know, do my work now and stay. You know, one hand is washing the other. We help each other out. So I do refuse at this time in my life to even mention where I'm staying. And
no, don't mention nothing. Don't mention nothing. All I gotta say,
I ended up in jail for something I didn't do. Okay.
All I gotta say is
and the charges were dropped. And once again, I'm coming after you, Chenango County. I hope that judge is ready for Paul Mantia because I tell you what, it's bad what they did to me because it shows on paper. They messed up by writing what they wrote in the documents. And I'm not going to announce that yet, but next year I will.
You want to?
I got a great lawyer, a very famous lawyer who's taking this case because he hates you know, police brutality and court brutality, and when courts do things to you, you know, for all the wrong reasons.
Are you allowed to, at this current time, to summarize the legal issue up in upstate New York? Is there anything you want to say to summarize it without mentioning names?
I can't summarize anything, and I can't speak on camera at this time.
Okay,
but
okay.
I promise you, we can discuss this in person. Well, you know.
Yes. Okay. All right.
Discuss this on our own time, you know, in a personal, you know.
Well, I found it very shocking that when you left Florida, you thought you were going to have bliss and peace up in upstate New York.
I didn't have a lot of peace. Okay, and
yeah,
you know, all I got to say about people is, you know, when somebody does something for you, and they do it out of their heart, it doesn't mean when they're done with the work to shit all over them and think you can continue to shit on them. And then when you don't get their way, you go have them locked up for things they didn't do, only for the court to find out in the long run that the shit you said isn't true. It's just wrong to do to people, you know. You shouldn't lie about things. And when you have no evidence and no proof, and you can't show the court or anybody proof, I don't know, you don't understand how the court can get away with that. But
well, today
I do fully believe in justice, and I'm a type of guy that just doesn't give up. And when I feel that something really wrong happened to me or somebody else, I'll fight you right to the dirty end of it. And that's it. And I don't care.
I think someone gave you the Malokia when you were younger. Because
well, one thing I can say is when I have God on my side, you know, it kind of makes it really hard for people to try to shit on me or do evil things to me. They can't because you have a protection shield around you.
But you need one of
Nice,
my
nice jewelry designer gave me this beautiful piece here as a gift, and that's showing her appreciation for when I invited her to the show. I wouldn't charge her anything. I said, I love your pieces. I want you to come to the show. I want you to put your jewelry on my models, you know, and I want them to look really good. But this is a really nice one, man.
Well, you did. That's excellent networking on your part. That's
And
good.
you don't steal stones from somebody. Remember,
Yeah.
stones are like stealing from an Indian burial ground. When you steal precious stones, man, you know you're putting a curse on yourself.
Well,
And
hey,
whoever
I
that
know.
girl is that stole it, I don't know the model that stole it. I never met her. I don't know where she came from. And I'm wondering if she wore one of my items and walked out. I don't know yet.
You know,
I have to go through my entire. I got to take time and go through the entire inventory now.
I tell you one thing. I know all about. I know all about. I know all about precious. I know all about precious stones. See my crystal pyramid.
Oh man, that's nice.
I got a crystal. These are.
Oh, are you giving me that? Let me take it here.
No, that's mine. These are.
I can't grab it through the camera. We don't have that kind of technology.
Listen to me. Oofa. These are special crystals. These are. Everyone is different, and some of these pyramids are made from a crystal stone, a stone that wards off negative energy and evil. Some of them, they all have a different purpose. I don't have time to announce all of them, but this is my collection. And I even have a, oh, wait a minute. Oh, this is interesting.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Whoa.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. Well,
yeah, I'm walking away from the camera. Oh, no. You're coming back with something. I guess next time I got to set up a better background here. Intermission. Where did you go? I only got this. Still live. You still got it live. Where did you go?
He's gone.
Oh, yeah. What happened? Oh, man. Oh, there you go.
you know what happened? I don't know. I don't know if this is going to be part of the show, but we're almost done anyway. But my computer mysteriously restarted on its own. I don't know if there's an evil force involved here, but after I showed the pyramids, the computer restarted, and I don't have time to warm them up, but I have copper divining rods where, you ask a question, and if they come together like this, it means yes. If they move apart, it means no. But I also have a pendulum made of rock crystal, And let me see if usually it works fast. Crystal pendulum. This woman, this old lady, does she plan on still keeping more merchandise that she stole and not return it to Paul? See, it's going clockwise. I'm not moving it. It's going clockwise. It means yes. She still plans on keeping merchandise. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Pendulum.
I'm positive that she is planning on keeping it because, you know, at this point she's like, okay, if I send him all of it, then he's gonna know. You know what I mean? But I already know because she's already admitted it, apologizing for taking it all.
Now,
That's how I said, do you realize you fucked my show up? You messed all my models up. You took their shit. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Right, hold on, because my arm. Pendulum. This woman,
bro.
This woman, has she lied in with all the attempts to soften up Paul Anthony Mantia? Has she lied every time? Oh, look at this. It's going clockwise. That means yes. Wow, look at this. Look at the crystal. The crystals. I'm not moving this crystal, Paul. I'm serious. All right. All right. It has nothing to do with the model crystal. This is the real rock crystal. Look at that. It says, yes, she's a pathological liar is what she is. A scallywag, a scoundrel, a falabuto. Now, will Paul get full restitution from this old hag? Complete and full restitution with the law and monetarily. It might not happen right away, this restitution, but, oh, it's saying yes. It's going clockwise. Now, if it was going counterclockwise, that means no. No, I'm not moving this. I just want you to know I'm not moving this. Okay, so that means, yes, you will get full restitution monetarily and legally, right, Pendulum? Now, this is spur of the moment. I mean, spur of the moment that I decided to use this.
Oh, man.
I wasn't going to bring mysticism into the show, but you know what I mean? It's Saturday. I had some bourbon, you know. The snow out. It's a lot of snow out. Oh, well, okay.
All right, so let me close this, man. Let's close it up because
all right, let's close it up. Okay, listen.
Get down to the store before it gets crazy out here.
Thank you.
My cold coffee. I make 1 cup of coffee in the morning. I'm gonna close it, but
look at the size of that thing.
The coffee, I drink about that much. Then I have to put it in the microwave. I end up microwave 1 fucking cup of coffee 5 times because I want it hot.
Me too. I like my coffee.
Now, man.
I like my coffee boiling hot.
Mm-hmm.
And I like my hard liquor ice cold.
That you get that's always warm. It's not hot.
No, it's not hot enough. You're right. Ever since
out of the coffee pot, some coffee pots are just like at like a really warm temperature. You're going, this ain't hot fucking coffee, you know?
Yeah. Ever since the old bag sued McDonald's for millions for spilling coffee on her lap, coffee has not been hot enough to my liking. Honestly. But thank you for, hey, this is our long overdue, heavy duty, deep show. And this is part 1, and it has been more. It has been beyond what we anticipated in quality.
Yeah, we'll also bring into the next one. We'll do a short segment show before we do the second one. We'll do a short segment discussing what actually happened with that Florida case that we did win.
Okay, so you want to do the okay
just the pre-show before the second.
Okay, so it'll be part 2, and part 3 will be the big kahuna.
Yes.
Gotcha. I gotcha. All right, Paul, it's been lovely. I will talk to you.
Tell everybody happy holidays, man. Merry Christmas, Buy tie-dye from us, Go up there. We're going to have sales coming up, and hey, we want everybody to keep on promoting the product, serious. And we're going to have another show.
I celebrate.
We're going to continue to have shows all over the world.
Happy winter solstice, Yule, happy Festivus, and hail Krampus.
And maybe soon we'll do a live thing on Facebook, before the holidays. Maybe I'll learn some Christmas songs or something. I don't know.
Yeah, well, you know, it sounds pretty
Some
good.
cover songs out there, you know, and I'll play a little bit and let people hear me that haven't heard me.
When you play the acoustical guitar and I play the drums, you see now is not too late at night. See, I was able to really hit the drum. The last time we did a show, it was like really late, and I was holding back on the drum. But listen, we will talk off the air.
Sure will. All right, man.
Go to the store. Bye-bye.
All right.